advice. Please consult a professional for your specific needs or concerns. We encourage you to use the topics discussed to generate your own conversation within the community. Should you have any questions or concerns regarding the content of the show, please feel free to use the hashtag GNR or email lovenileradio@gmail.com.
Goddess of the Nile Radio would like to thank our social media sponsors, Dope Curves, Noah's Jungle Bunch, and Chelsea by Chance. Our anonymous sponsor for assisting in making this YouTube live possible. Our small business sponsors, Divine Chakras LLC and Heru Headz. Our artist sponsors, Tanisha Clark and Kenora Berry. Our spiritual supporters, Collective Conscious Minds, Yeshua's Lightworkers, Indigo 11, and Sacred Woman Indigo Circle. And a special thank you to our Patreon members and followers. And to the most important people that make this dream possible, you, our listeners. We are Goddess of the Nile Radio, and we do this for you.
It's a long, long way from your love, but you never be alone, 'cause I'm here for you, baby, always to sing your melody back to my heart. Long day when
You are now listening to Goddess of the Nile Radio.
It is your birthright to accept and receive the goodness of the world, the tools to create your destiny, the love and nourishment from others, a life of abundance, days filled with propositions, manifested success coming from places that serve you, manifested success poured into your life and the lives of others. You are guided and given the authority to receive the gifts of the universe, for these gifts have already been given to you long before your arrival here. Your faith in yourself makes it real and opens the doors for manifestation to rush in. Your consciousness is open to receive and to give. It is your birthright, and it is done now.
You are now listening to Goddess of the Nile Radio.
Through this mantra of manifestation, all things are possible. We proclaim absolutely that all of us are living in a friendly universe that is always providing for us. We have felt it happening, and we are feeling it happening now. We are open to receive more abundance than we have ever experienced before. We can afford and do anything that our heart desires. We need never to worry again. We are filled with an attitude of gratitude for what we already have and all that we are giving and ready to give. We keep ourselves lifted in high consciousness no matter what the appearances are. The universe is always providing in our favor. We are creators of our today and our tomorrow. Reciting a mantra is an excellent way to start your day. Calm you down while you are upset and refocus your consciousness. For a copy of this mantra, please feel free to visit our Patreon account by searching for Goddess of the Nile Radio on patreon.com. It's your girl Azure Neteru Gaia, and I'm out. Peace.
You are now listening to Goddess of the Nile Radio.
Grand Rising, Earthlings! It's your girl, Azure Neteru Gaia, here with Reiki Master. Shalom, Ashe Gaia.
Am I the Reiki Master today?
You the Reiki Master each and every day.
I'll take it, y'all. Grand Rising. We are the Gaias.
We're the Gaias, right? Collectively, we are the Gaias and Goddess of the Nile Radio show, live right here on the WinDC radio app and YouTube channel.
Yes, yes.
I gotta shout you out for being the Reiki Master, because I'm telling you, you heal everyone that you come in contact with.
That's what everybody says. And I'm like, who gonna heal me? Who's gonna heal Shalom?
Who heals the healers?
Who?
That's what Azure's for.
I guess. Come on. What you got for me, sis?
Well, I got a congratulations and a hip hop hooray because you did something amazing last week.
I did.
What you did?
I opened up my shop officially on Monday. This past Monday. Woo! Yes!
She did it!
We are wide open, y'all. We are taking clients. We are taking whoever wants to come get their life together. So I'm here for you. Yes.
Oh, that's so. I got angel bumps. I
did too. I felt that was like the first time I could smile saying that because it's been a crazy, hectic week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Full moon is Tuesday, and I should have known. I should have known.
No worries. I had saw 1111. I had saw 1111 on a car yesterday, and I was thinking about finances and saw 1111 on a car, and then right when I saw 1111 on the car, a bill collector called me, and I was like, "No, that was my portal. What are you doing?"
But you know what? That's what the energies do.
Yeah.
They're here to kill your joy.
Absolutely. And right after that, right after I sent the bill collector the voicemail, of course, because you ain't gonna mess with my portal.
Yeah.
I was like, the universe is always providing in my favor. Like,
Ashe.
I gotta stay in that zone where the universe is always providing in my favor.
Yep.
The last week for me was really, it was a roller coaster. I had a lot of closure. For people that know Azure, they know that I have been going through a domestic violence situation. So I went to court on Tuesday.
Yes.
They threw the case out.
Woo.
So universe is good all
you,
the
Gaia.
time.
Yes.
And I remember sharing this story with you some time ago about my ex and sharing some of his personality traits. And there was something that you said to me, Shalom, that really resonated with me and stayed with me. And that is that all of his chakras are closed.
Yes.
All of his chakras are closed. And that's kind of where today's topic comes from, a little bit of that, a little bit of Divine Chakras LLC, because the name itself has chakras in it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I think it's a perfect time to talk about this stuff with Mother Day being over, going into Father's Day, going into the warmer weather, where some of us may have overactive chakras when the weather gets warm.
Of course we do. Operating out of the top and not the bottom.
And not the bottom. So we're going to get into all of that kind of stuff. And I also this week I saw a lot of the number 666.
Me too.
And before the show had aired, we were talking a little bit about it behind the scenes. And I'm really into numerology and things like that. And numerology sort of drives my day. In Azure's world, I gave myself these numbers so I can remember that my angels are there for me, my spiritual guides are there for me, and kind of to keep me in check as I'm maneuvering through this human experience. So when I saw 666, to me, it means that my vibrations are beginning to lower. Because for a lot of weeks, I was operating at a very high vibrational state.
Yeah.
So for me, in order for me to raise my vibrations up, and I was self-checking myself.
Yeah.
I was kind of like, getting a little not depressed, but saddened about certain things. And I said, wait a minute, I have to do 3 random acts of kindness to get my vibrations back up there. So I took myself out of myself and began to just support people. So what I did was, you had also said, Shalom, I do listen, right? I'm the friend that listens.
I'm the friend that listens.
You was telling me that I'm the person that brings people together.
Yes.
So what I did was I was connecting, your average Joes, your people who have certain needs. I was connecting the people with entrepreneurs. So if I saw one of my girlfriends, I saw that she had waist beads on, I was like, head on over to Divine Chakras LLC, get your waist beads, girl.
Yes.
This one girl, she really needed her hair to be braided. I sent her to a friend that does braids. I was just connecting the people.
Yes.
And then
the guide. The divine guide.
Yes, absolutely. This way. And then my sponsor, she's also a speaker, so I supported her at how many events this week? 3 events this week. I just sat there in the rooms and just supported her as she was giving her message of hope to people so they could be healed.
I love it.
So that's what I did. So now I'm back up there in the clouds.
Feeling good.
I'm feeling good.
Yes.
And today we're here to talk about chakras and getting those chakras spinning.
Yes.
So to our listeners, what we're going to do today is we're going to break down the different chakras, break it down in the most simplest of forms,
yes,
right?
Very, very, very simple.
Very simple.
Yes.
A lot of our listeners today are new. They don't know what chakras are. This whole concept of chakras and healing yourself, this whole concept is very new to them.
Right? Exactly.
So we're going to take it easy. We're getting ready to go into a music break, so make sure you guys pull out a pen and a piece of paper and record everything down.
Write it down.
Write it down. If you are watching us on our YouTube channel, the comment section down below. The comment section down below is open. So Big Tiz Productions, our engineer, will be filtering through questions to us.
Yes.
So if you have any questions about anything that you hear on the show, drop your question down below in the comment section, and we will respond to them the best way that we can. If it's something that we have to research, we'll put a pin in it and save it for next show. And am I missing anything?
No, but you're looking lovely today.
Thank you. I went over there to Glam by Am, and I was watching them Glam by Am videos, girl. So how'd I do?
Girl, I need to update them videos, but you did good.
Okay.
I haven't done a video since last September.
I was like, okay. When you said it, I was thinking I had like 90s makeup.
No, not at all.
90s beat.
It's still current.
Yes. Oh, you make me feel so good. Oh my goodness. Hey guys, welcome back to Goddess of the Nile radio show. It's your girl Azure, Neteru, Gaia. Heru, Shalom, Ashe, Gaia.
We are the Gaia.
We are the Gaia. And today we are going to dive deep into chakras. Chakras. So let me tell you, how did I first find out about chakras? Wow. During my spiritual journey about 3 years ago, there was this YouTube channel that I used to watch. God, I can't think of the name of it. Spirit Science. It was called Spirit Science.
Yes.
And they were talking about, it was a little cartoon guy, and he was talking about how the chakras can heal your body.
Yes.
And I was like, that's pretty interesting. So at the time, I was suffering from allergies. And he was saying that if your heart chakra wasn't open or wasn't spinning, that, you would have a horrible case of allergies. Like, there's nothing you can do with these allergies. You need to do this and activate your chakra in order to get off the medicine. And I was like, okay, that's kind of interesting. So I've heard a lot about chakras along the way of my spiritual journey. And then as I began to learn more about spirituality, I learned that the first thing that I needed to do to help out with my meditation is to use and open my heart chakra.
Right.
So for me, my heart chakra was the very first one that I focused on. It was the most damaged. And also in my learning and what I've been taught is once you get that heart chakra going, it's kind of easier to awaken and heal and activate the other ones.
Yes, there's several ideas on how to start or where to start with your chakras, but the heart is the center point of your body. So it operates and it's linked to all your other chakras. So that does make sense, yes.
But for a very long time, I was opening my heart chakra in air quotes, but I had no idea, like, really what
was going on.
What was going on?
Right.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
What is chakras? Where did it come from? Who invented it? Is this because I was in the church at the time? Is this something that's against, my religion? Like, can I do this? Is this real?
Right.
Those were all of the questions that I had at the very beginning.
Yes.
And then someone had told me that chakras are glands.
Yes, they are part of the major endocrine system in your body. Mm-hmm. So they are connected to, and I think I'm saying that right, the endocrine system. I can fact check myself in a second. But they are all like linked to major glands within your body. So that's why they say a lot of times if your chakras are blocked or closed, that you most likely normally will have sicknesses. Or you'll have like issues. Like, for example, when I had my gallbladder surgery, I knew that my solar plexus, after understanding chakras, I knew that my solar plexus was blocked, was closed, because it's directly affected to my gallbladder. So yes, that is absolutely right. For example, if you have ankles and knee problems, most likely your root chakra is blocked or underactive. So that's just, yeah.
Another air quotes myth that I heard is that chakras also have memory.
Yes.
So they store memory. So if you had a trauma when you were a child, if someone around you reaches that age, then it activates that trauma in your heart, in your chakra, not your heart chakra, but just in your...
Especially your sacral.
Yeah.
Yes. A lot of like women who've been sexually abused or raped, even though they will... like they'll release that situation and kind of let it go and bury it, it will reactivate itself and that trauma will come back. So especially in the sacral, which is then also connected to the heart. So anytime you've had like some type of sexual abuse, normally your heart chakra will be affected as well.
Whoa. And that's why I tell people to be very careful about what they listen to, what they watch, the conversation that they have, because sometimes like the movie Precious,
yes.
The movie Precious was actually activating these memories in people's chakras. They left the movie and they were depressed and didn't know why. They were sad all over again and didn't know why. And it was like the movie was so low vibrational, it actually activated this memory in their heart chakra database.
I can see why. I mean, it was a very that was a crucial movie. Like, crucial in the sense of like, whoo, okay, Monique ain't playing no games with Precious. Throwing that Popeyes at her and stuff, yeah.
I can't watch movies like that.
Yeah.
Even before I became spiritual, I can't watch movies like that.
I got you, I understand.
They do something to me.
Yeah.
So, moving right along, we talked about what chakras are. So what we're going to do, I figured that the easiest way to break this down in the most simplest form is we're going to take a patient, right? Or we're going to take someone who heals the healers. So our test subject for today, his name is going to be Bob.
Okay.
Right? And Bob is a healer. And Bob has all of his heart chakras are closed. They're not spinning. They're not activating. And we're just going to go through Bob and see if we can figure some things out and guide Bob in the right direction.
Okay.
We're going to tell him what heart chakra isn't functioning properly.
Okay.
And we're going to tell him, maybe give him one food to eat to get it going and maybe a crystal.
Okay.
What do you think?
All right, cool. Well, before we do that,
okay,
let's actually talk about the definition
of
a chakra. So
I'm here for it.
Let's start at the tippy top, right?
Okay.
So I know that a lot of people are like, okay, well, Shalom, Azure, what is a chakra? Where does it come from? What does it do? Okay, so we are all born with energy points in our bodies, okay?
Okay.
So when we're looking at what a chakra is on the technical basis, we're looking at an Indian thought, right? This is an Indian theology thought. This is not like science. This is not like doctor science. This is not MD doctor science. We're talking about holistic health. Okay, so if you go to your doctor and you say what chakra is blocked, they're gonna be looking at you like, so what medicine do you need?
Yeah.
They're not gonna want to talk to you. Even if you go to an Indian doctor, my actual doctor is Indian, they're not gonna talk to you about this. So I just want to throw that out there, okay? So chakras, the actual word is Sanskrit. All right, it is the Sanskrit. That's the origin of the word, which means wheel. All right, it literally means wheel. So when we're thinking about wheel or circle, it's from it's basically like we're talking about like Hinduism. All right, this is more like practice in Indian, Indian thoughts and ideologies, but we're also looking at Hinduism as well, Buddhism as well. This is where you're going to see those thoughts. We're talking about Eastern thought of holistic health, okay?
Okay.
Eastern ideologies, all right? So then they brought it over to the Western, right? But the original thought of chakras is 7, okay? So we're only going to do 7 today.
Okay.
There's actually up to about 30 or so chakras that go above you that take you into higher dimensions. We're talking 4D, 5D. But when we're here on this 3D plane, we're only going to go from the root to the crown chakra.
Correct.
All right?
Okay.
So one more thing before we get started as well. We all have 7 different chakras in our bodies. I do, you do, Tizzy, Kennedy, everybody. All right? So the first chakra is at the base, all right, which is located at the base of your spine. That is your root chakra.
Okay.
All right? That color is red. Okay? The second chakra is your sacral. That is orange. Your third chakra is solar. It's yellow. The fourth is green. That's your heart. The fifth is your throat. That's blue. The 6th is your third eye. That's violet. And then the 7th is your crown chakra, which is either white or like a bright purple color. Okay?
Okay.
So I think now we can get started.
You know what? As you was going through the colors, my mind drifted off into space and I started thinking about rainbows.
Yes, rainbow. Yes, the rainbow spectrum.
Yeah, the rainbow spectrum, which is very, very interesting. I was always attracted to the rainbow spectrum. So I was attracted to chakras, like paintings of chakras, everything, because I love the rainbow.
Yes, yes.
So our healer that we're going to heal, his name is Bob, right?
Yes.
Bob has all of his chakras blocked, closed. Something's going on with him, and he came to visit Divine Chakras LLC to get this stuff together, right? To get the wheels turning and all of that good stuff.
Okay.
All right. So he comes to you on day 1.
Yes.
And he says, Shalom. I'm having a tough time just taking care of my everyday needs. I don't want to take a bath. I have a hard time remembering to brush my teeth, to comb my hair.
Okay.
I don't want to take, I don't feel like getting up and exercising, and the doctor says I need to get up and exercise. I just don't feel like doing it. Also, I'm married, and I feel like my wife doesn't love me. I feel like I'm skinny and I'm ugly. I don't like my clothes. I need a new wardrobe. I can't do anything right.
Yes.
But at the same time, I know that I need to take care of myself, but I'm afraid to leave the house. I'm afraid to get out in public. I'm afraid to be around people.
Okay.
Shalom, can you tell me which one of my chakras is blocked?
Yes. So initially off intuition, it's definitely your bottom 3, which is your root, your sacral, and your solar plexus. The heart is definitely underactive because you feel you have love for yourself. You know that you need to take care of yourself. So there is some energy spinning within the heart, but basically it's definitely underactive, okay? The fact that you don't want to even go outside just tells me that you're afraid to survive in the world. So that tells me that your root chakra is completely blocked. And then you said that you feel, you're feeling, I feel this, I feel that, that's your sacral. So the sacral, I wouldn't say is blocked, but it's definitely underactive because you feel, but you're feeling on the opposite end. So most likely it's spinning in the opposite way. And just a reminder that men and women's chakras spin differently. The men spin one way, the women spin another. So the only way you would know that is, through someone like a healer or by using a pendulum. So that's normally how sometimes I will check chakras, especially when you're beginning, if you can't feel the energy itself. As far as the solar plexus is concerned, that's more so on the weight issue. So the feeling skinny, not having confidence in yourself, lacking like that intuition, and really being able to follow through on what you want to do on a day-to-day basis. That is your solar plexus. That's one chakra that a lot of us can't get past because we don't even want to change our diets.
Right.
We don't even want to eat right. We don't even want to drink water. So a lot of people say that they're aligning their chakras, but they don't even want to change their diet. A lot of us don't even get past the solar plexus. So we stay within the bottom 3. So that is what Bob has going on right now. He needs some grounding. He needs to connect with his sacral, and then he needs to get some solar plexus energy started.
Sorry, I had a little burp.
It's okay.
My bad. So what food would you recommend for Bob to eat?
So for foods, I would definitely do for the grounding. We can do foods that actually grow out of the ground.
Okay.
But even before we start with food, he needs to do some meditation.
Okay.
And meditation would start, number 1, with oils. So essential oils are so essential because they will actually stimulate the frequency within those different chakras.
Okay.
Even crystals, they are actually naturally attuned to the frequencies that connect with that particular chakra. And we can talk about that when we get back because Tizzy is rounding us out here. So we're going to stop. We're going to stop right there, and then we'll come back.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll be right back, guys.
Welcome back, you guys. It's Goddess of the Now radio show here on the WinDC app. And this is your girl, Shalom Ashe Gaia. This Divine Report is sponsored by Divine Chakras LLC, because we are a brand, okay? And shout out to my group, Collective Conscious Minds. I know y'all are listening, so shout out to you guys. And let's get started. So, have y'all been having a crazy week the past week? I know I have. And I know that a lot of people's energies have been crazy. And usually that happens the week before a full moon. So guess what we have going on Tuesday? It is full moon, you guys. We are back to another full moon. And this full moon is in the zodiac sign of Sagittarius, okay? We are going to be 8 degrees in Sagittarius. So for all of my astrology heads out there, if you are really into the degrees of the moon, in which for this cycle, then what you can do, even if you're not into astrology and you have your birth chart, you can look to see how many degrees Sagittarius was at the time that you were born, okay? So without further ado, let's get started on the actual full moon for this particular season, or cycle, I should say. And again, it's going into the zodiac sign of Sagittarius. This is considered to be the flower moon, okay? Yes. And I actually did a reading yesterday for a client of mine, and it's funny because even before I dove deep into what this full moon is going to be completely about, I told my client to do a vision board. And this full moon is all about visions. It is all about creative visions. And we think about flowers. To me, I'm like thinking of a flower child. Like I'm running around in a meadow with my flower halo, and I'm just so happy. I'm so peaceful. Things are starting to come into fruition. My plants and my thoughts and my manifestations are now growing. That is what I am thinking about right now in this moment, okay? We are going to draw a card, actually. Spirit just told me draw a card. So we are going to draw a card. But in the meantime, I'm just going to tell you guys that, because I want you to go and research for yourselves, because understanding is most important for you to understand the actual energy that's happening for this full moon. But let me tell y'all this. I did a manifestation bag. If you watch my channel, Divine Chakras, I did a manifestation bag ritual for the new moon. And the first thing that I read about this full moon coming is that everything that you planted from the new moon is now going to come to pass. So this week, you guys, like literally, we're going to be on cloud 9. We're going to be floating. Like things are just going to come into play. Things are going to all just start coming into place. Like almost like Legos when you're building like your Lego, you know, the Lego statue, whatever you want to call it, the spaceship, okay, the boat. And you've been working on it for like, you know, the last 10 days. And you're like, man, I just can't get it together. And then finally the pieces just start coming together. Like literally that is what is going to be happening right now this week. So really take the positive energy in. If you did do some rituals if you did do a ritual, I should say, from the past new moon, then now is the time to really focus in and drive in on making things happen. This is a holiday weekend, so you have time to really prepare yourself Monday for the full moon on Tuesday. If you are on the East Coast, the moon will actually be full in Sagittarius at 10:28 a.m. So I know for me, I am taking time off on Tuesday. I will not be in the shop. I will be focusing on meditation, and I will be actually fasting starting tomorrow. I'm going to be fasting. I'm going to be watering my ground. I'm going to be watering my earth sign elements. So I will be drinking a lot of water this week. So you guys need to stay hydrated this week. If you are a light worker this week, you are very susceptible to energies coming in and trying to bring you down, bring your vibration down. So now is the time to really protect yourself. Whatever you're doing to protect yourself, you're going to have to amp it up times 12,000. Okay? Now is going to be the time to really, really, really protect yourself. And this is really going to push you into seeing how strong you are through your solar plexus energy, right? So work with some labradorite this week. Work with some lepidolite this week. Lepidolite is actually for all chakras. I may not even get to the card because I'm still talking. And then also citrine. Get some citrine. Get some, oh my gosh, pyrite, moonstone as well, yellow calcite, orange calcite. Okay, those are going to be great ones. Think about anything that has to do with flowers. Like if you go in the crystal store and you see like stones that remind you of flowers, then that is the stone that you need to work with for this week. So again, make sure you go and you research full moon in Sagittarius at 8 degrees, happening on Tuesday. Normally the moon cycle, when you're going into like the new moon and full moon, there's 3 days in which you can catch the energy. So what I'm going to do is on our Patreon, I'm going to either list or do a video on what I do during the full moon. So then that way you can get some inspiration as to what you can do for the next 3 days, okay? So Tara, we're going to pull a card really quick for the full moon for this week. And Spirit says stop. So we are going to stop. If you are interested in getting a personal reading from me, you can hit me up at divinechakra777@gmail.com. Ashe, because Page of Cups just came up, and this is exactly what I was talking about. Creative new birthing ideas. This is all about fertility. This week is all about fertility. My ladies, if you came on your moon cycle like me, boo-boo, you are so strong right now, honey. You are so filled right now. Now is the time for you to just put things into action. My brothers, now is the time for you guys to really focus in on your sacral energy as well. This is all about creative energy, okay? There's going to be people that are going to get some good news this week. I have even a feeling that someone's going to hit the lottery. Yes, someone may hit the lottery this week. So play some numbers, get some scratch-offs this week, because I feel like someone's going to be really, really lucky this week. And I'm literally like, I'm vibrating right now, so I know that's a fact. There may also be a birthing announcement this week. So someone may be either birthing a relationship, birthing a child, birthing a new job, birthing a new business, if I didn't already say that. But they're going to be birthing something new. There's going to be some like new and exciting things that are going to be happening this week, okay? We're going into the first week of June. And this is halfway through the year. So for my people that celebrate the Gregorian calendar, which is like the Christian calendar, you may have started your new year in January. Even you can catch some of this wave because we're halfway through the year for you. I know I started my year in the spring equinox. So now is the time that things are unthawing for us. So that's why they call it the flower moon. All right, which is why we should actually be going off of the real calendar, which is the spiritual calendar. But anyways. So look for some new and bright ideas this week. Look for some divine messages. Really pay attention to your surroundings. Pay attention to your angel numbers. All right, if you're seeing angel numbers, I want you guys to write them down. Write down every single, like now is the time to keep a journal. Writing, vision boards, you guys. We got to start putting things on paper. I know I need to get back to it. I was just showing Azure my whole book is full. Like I need to get back to doing that. And so Tizzy is telling me to get off. So I'm going to stop now. But anyways, you guys, it's just so much information. But I love you all so much. And if you want more information, please make sure you see us on our Patreon account. I love you all. Peace.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to Goddess of the Nile radio show, live right here on the WinDC radio app and YouTube channel. It's your girl, Azure, Neteru, Gaia, here with Shalom, Ashe, Gaia. Collectively, we're the Gaias.
The Gaias.
And we are digging deep today into chakras, right? Let's talk about chakras. And where we left off with our healer by the name of Bob, who apparently, Shalom said he was having some issues with his root chakra. his
Sacral
chakra and
solar
and his solar chakra,
solar plexus,
solar plexus. Excuse me. So I was telling Shalom that Bob needs to eat better foods, and Shalom shut me down. He said, "No, hunty."
There's literally levels to the shift, right?
Okay.
And I mean, for a lot of people, just changing your diet alone can help. Just drinking water can help, but literally, like going outside.
Oh, God.
Taking your shoes off and putting your feet into solid, real ground will just start the process for actually helping your kundalini to start to rise.
Oh, my God, yes.
And really, I mean, we have the power to heal ourselves. That's what people don't realize is we've become so dependent on doctors. We become so dependent on going to church and having the pastor pray over us when we don't need any of that.
Right, it's all within.
The universe designed us to be able to care and take care of ourselves. And it just starts with you thinking and knowing that you can heal yourself.
That's so true.
That's all it starts with. But yes, we were talking about Bob, right? And, Bob came down to my shop in Columbia, Maryland, okay? And he's sitting in my chair and, we're talking about, his chakras. And I don't like to say blockages because I don't want people to feel like, oh, I'm blocked.
I'm blocked or something.
That's like thinking about, you block me on your phone. Like, why you block me? And it's like, okay, I don't want you, but I like to say underactive.
Okay.
That gives you the power that you can reactivate them and get them spinning the correct way, right? So I left off on meditating, right?
Right.
And I think that's where everybody can start with feeling. When you meditate, you got to be able to feel. And know and understand the energies that work within your body. Because my energy is different from yours, is different from the next person, right? So with Bob knowing what I just said about his bottom 3 chakras being underactive, the first thing that Bob can start to do is to go home and meditate. Okay. And focus on, because you always want to start with one chakra and work your way up.
Yes.
So what I would start with first is your grounding, okay, Bob? So we need to first sit in a nice quiet area, preferably out in nature, all right? And you want to sit on the ground and you just want to live and feel the moment of now, right? Yes. Just know that your body is here now. Don't think about yesterday. Don't think about tomorrow. Just feel the now, all right? That's going to put you in a very centered place, okay? Don't think about the kids. Don't think about the wife. Don't think about the bills. Just for a moment, think about nothing.
Yeah.
Has anyone ever out there thought about nothing?
Not until I learned how to do it.
Let me tell you, it's life-changing.
Yeah, it is.
It is so, and even if you just take 5 minutes to think about nothing.
Turn off the noise in your head.
Turn off the noise. And I mean, I'm not talking about meditating with artificial lights. If you're going to meditate in the house and you don't want to go outside, then you need to meditate with candles.
Yeah.
Okay? No lighting. No lights whatsoever. All right? Sitting on your bed if you're going to be inside. You want to surround yourself with candles, not on the bed because I don't want you burning yourself. But if you have an altar, maybe on your dresser, and just feel the moment of now. Think about literally like a root is coming from your spine, the bottom of your spine, into the ground.
Yes.
And that's just rooting you into the energy of the ground.
Yes.
Okay, the earth vibrates at a 8 hertz, and like that's why we say for you to ground yourself, or earthing is what they call it now. Yeah. Earthing.
Okay.
Earth yourself with no shoes on, And if you're gonna meditate, obviously you're gonna be sitting in Indian style, and you want to sit very erect. So you want to sit with your spine up, because literally we're thinking about a ladder. Jacob's ladder, okay?
Yeah.
From the Bible. That's what we're talking about, the Kundalini rise.
Okay.
So you want to get that energy to start to move up, okay?
Okay.
That's why you want to sit up straight. So while you're meditating, think about reds. Think about deep eggplant colors. Garnet is such a powerful stone to do grounding work with. Tourmaline, that'll help relieve stress. That'll help you to be in a very calm space, Bob. Okay, Bob. I call you Bob or Robert.
He prefers Bob.
Okay, all right, cool. And as you're thinking about, yourself being rooted in Mother Nature, just think about love and purity, right? And peace and protection coming around you and surrounding you and swarming you and holding you. All right? You're going to feel so comforted. You're going to feel so, like, just...
Yeah.
And you just need that for the moment, right? Work on that for a week.
Yeah.
Work on that for a week. Chakra work don't take a week. It takes several. Several weeks. In my group, we did 7 weeks of chakra work, okay?
Yes.
So it's not something that's done overnight.
Yes.
And once you master the root, then you can move up.
You can move, yes.
To the sacral, yes. But, and since you want to talk about foods, eggplant is a great food to eat for grounding. Potatoes, carrots, corn, anything that grows out of the ground. That is what you want to eat.
It's just that simple.
It's just that simple. And then water. Drinking lots of water. You want to do the, oh my gosh. What is the water?
Alkaline?
Alkaline, yes. I couldn't think about it on top of my head. But you can make your own alkaline water.
Really?
Yeah. You do lime and something else. Salt? Yeah, pink Himalayan salt and lime.
Okay.
And you can make your own alkaline water. Yes,
Okay.
but alkaline water is just basically water that doesn't have the bad stuff in it, the fluoride, because, they try to kill us through the fluoride.
Yeah, and block our chakras.
Yes, so please, they know what they're doing, y'all. So don't drink the tap water. Don't give it to your kids. Bottled water and alkaline water.
So let's say that Bob has mobility issues, or he has issues where he can't cross his legs and sit Indian style.
So you don't have to sit Indian style. You can sit in a chair, just like how we're doing. You sit in a chair if you're watching YouTube, and you just want to sit upright. And that's why they say it's important to sit with your spine erect. Like, there's a certain way you want to sit. So no matter what I would do is I would try to put a pillow behind you to help you sit up correctly, so in that way the energy will flow. Because if you're slouched like this, the energy is not going to flow the way it needs to be. It's actually gonna be not detrimental, but it's you're working backwards. You might as well just not meditate.
Yeah.
Or if you need to, you can lay down as well.
Okay.
And you can take like a grounding stone, a grounding crystal, and you can actually put it at your root chakra, or like on your feet or on your ankles, and you can meditate like that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, you can lay down. Now, the only thing about laying down is you may fall asleep. But just know that even though you may fall asleep, the meditation is still working. It's still going. It's still happening.
A lot of people have concerns when they first begin meditating that their mind drifts. I know I had a huge issue with this in the very beginning. So I would sit there trying to clear the thoughts out of my head. And next thing you know, I'll travel off to the grocery store in my mind, or I'll be thinking about Islam and football practice. Is that normal?
It is very normal. It took me 30 days to learn how to meditate. Remember, it takes 21 days to break a habit.
Right.
So in order for you to stop drifting, stop the mind chatter is what they call it, you have to consistently meditate and add a minute on every single day that you meditate. So I would start at least with 3 minutes. Okay, you can hum your favorite song. Whatever song you like. If you don't want to meditate to music, you can hum your favorite song, and that'll help you to calm yourself. All right, and then you just add a minute on every single day. The max I would try to at least get to in a month is being able to meditate straight for 25 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Bob can handle that.
I think Bob can handle that, yeah.
So
because we want to keep it simple for Bob, but we also want to, we want to see Bob, every so often, at least twice a month, to make sure that Bob is staying, on his path consistently. So that's something that I would do, is actually put him on a plan to get their chakras to start aligning themselves. So it really starts with just meditation. That's really where you want to start. You want to start with accepting and knowing, and then we can start working from there.
All right. Well, Bob's good to go.
I hope so.
Your next healer that walks into Divine Chakras LLC out there in Colombia is Sue.
Okay, hey Sue.
So Sue is having issues where she's getting lost in her fantasies. She's always daydreaming about the guy at work. She's always daydreaming about the UPS man. She gets lost in her fantasies. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Okay.
Also, when she's getting lost in her fantasies, or in between that, right? She's smoking a lot of cigarettes. She's drinking a lot of wine. She's smoking a lot of pot.
Nothing wrong with that.
She has a, I know, right? She has a huge shopping habit where she just spends.
Okay.
She can't stay out of the casinos. Another thing that's going on, Sue has a lot going on. Another thing is she's having issues with finding pleasures in the simple things in life. Everything has to be extreme. So Sue is very materialistic.
Okay.
And while she's going through all of this, she has to always have a friend around. Like, she's afraid to be by herself. She has to always have a friend around. And her friends don't like to be around her because she always has negative emotions. So even though she's driving a nice Mercedes, I wish my Mercedes was a Maybach Mercedes. My hair is long, but I wish it was longer. The sun is shining, but it's hot. And on top of all of those things that Sue is going on with, her physical health is failing her. She has high blood pressure, high cholesterol, asthma. She's always sick.
Okay.
You always find Sue either in her Mercedes talking negative or sick.
Okay.
So what chakras are not spinning in Miss Sue?
So she's completely underactive. The only chakra I would say that she's really even operating on somewhat is her crown. Like, I'm glad that she's daydreaming. Her third eye. I'm glad that she's daydreaming, but she's completely underactive. Everything from the throat to the heart. Okay, so can we start from the top real quick, Tizzy? Wrapping us up.
So how about we go
to break?
There we go.
And then we'll come back. All right.
Well, all right, we Miss Sue. Hey guys, welcome back to Goddess of the Nile radio show, live right here on the WinDC radio app and YouTube channel. I want to give a special shout out to All Eyes on B. Thank you so much for supporting the movement. And you guys, listeners, she wanted me to let you know that she has a coupon code for you so you can get 20% off of her ring sets. She does copper ring wrapping and all that good jazz. So your coupon code is, let me find it. Azure Chakras, Azure Chakras, Chakras. So thank you, All Eyes on B, for supporting Guys of the Nile Radio. Now, we got to talk about Sue, because I think Sue needs to head down to Divine Chakras LLC and get her chakras spinning after she goes and purchase her ring jewelry.
Yes.
So,
sorry, y'all, because my daughter is over here acting up.
No, she's not.
Somebody come get her.
You just kissing all on her 2 seconds ago.
I love her.
And then y'all beefing. Aww.
I was just playing. She mad. Anyway, come on, y'all.
She's like, your chakras close. Just get it together. So Sue's issue is she's at work and she's daydreaming. She gets lost in her fantasies. She doesn't like the little things in life. Everything has to be elaborate and over the top. She's very materialistic. She can't do anything by herself. She's always depending on her friends. She has negative or destructive emotions, so she's tearing down her friends when they're around.
Yes.
Or she's always like, if the sun is shining, it's too hot. If it's raining, it's too wet. You know, she's always negative, and she stays sick all the time. Her physical health is horrible. What can Sue do? She's sitting in your chair.
Sue is, like I said, she's very underactive in all of her chakras, okay? So that's where we left off, right? We left off at her being underactive in all her chakras. So where I would start, number one, is I would do some Reiki on her. She's going to need a full flush of her chakras, okay? And what I mean by a flush is like we want to do a full chakra cleansing, all right? Yeah. And this is just helping. If you guys don't know what Reiki is a Japanese Japanese practice. Not really Japanese. It comes from Kemet. But it's a Japanese practice of basically using a conduit's energy, which I would be the conduit, in order to energize the client's energy within their portals, within their chakras, in order to help them heal themselves. Okay, so the one thing that we're definitely going to have to start with Sue is finding out the root cause to her addictions. All right, because her addictions are creating a false sense of ideas, like a false sense of almost like a matrix around her.
Yeah, I get
because
that.
she is. She's using substance abuse as a way, she's using abuse and money as a way to cover up something. So she most likely had some trauma in her life where she is now creating this false world in order to live in. And that's what that's most likely, or more than likely, I should say, what people do is they run from their problems by basically creating more. But in a sense, to what they're thinking, it's not creating more problems. It's just creating a world around their world so that they basically are in a bubble away from their problems, right? So obviously, you know, Sue definitely needs to start with some grounding, as always. We always need to start with grounding. So with Sue, I would even say first with meditation for Sue. I feel like Sue has too much going on for meditation. So what I'm going to recommend for Sue is to do some type of physical activity.
Okay.
Since she likes to be on the go so much, I would definitely recommend some physical activity. So some yoga, some dance therapy, something of that sense, since she likes to be around people. I'm kind of trying to work with Sue and meet her halfway, right? So since she likes to be around people, maybe she can bring her friends to the yoga class or bring her friends to like an African dance class or something like that, just to get her moving, just to start to get her energy shaken up and get her to start to release, right? But the one thing Sue is going to have to realize is that everything that she's doing is very detrimental to her health.
Right.
So I think the one thing that we need to really bring to the surface with Sue is her actual health. I think aside from everything that she's doing, once we focus in on her health and what's happening with her health, I think then she will start to realize, okay, the things that I'm doing to myself are damaging.
Okay.
Because in order to heal, you have to start, number one, like they say, like the first step in healing is admitting. So admitting, accepting, and actualization, the 3 A's.
3 A's, okay.
Which I think are so important for people, because in order for you to heal yourself and start to realize, you have to actually, right, you have to accept what is happening. You have to tell yourself, okay, you know, the only way that I can heal is if I stop doing the things that I'm doing, because what I'm doing is hurting me. So that's what I would start with Sue is some physical activity. Even, I mean, we could do some meditation, but I feel like she's not going to be able to sit at first.
Yeah.
We're going to have to really start to ground her in a different way, and really start to desensitize her to the things that she is doing. You know, less partying, you know, more sitting at home in her thoughts. Writing would be great. Going out in nature, really taking in the scenes, going down to the water, you know, sitting by a tree, hugging a tree. Tree huggers, because I'm one. I would go hug a tree real quick, okay? Quickly. But those are some things that I would definitely advise. But first, I would just do a full Reiki session on her, because she needs it. She's just too underactive. All her chakras are basically underactive. I would not even be able to really start anything with her. And I would even give her a reading. I would give her a tarot reading, and she's into that, because then, you know, spirit can speak to her. Her guides can speak to her through the tarot, and she may even wake up through there as well.
Oh, wow. That's really interesting. So for some people, they need the help and the push of, like yourself, like a Reiki master, to get some of your energy, like borrow some of your energy, because their energy, I guess, is too low.
Yes.
For them to begin to self-heal.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, like putting someone in a room with their thoughts that's that low vibrational can be kind of detrimental.
Yeah.
In the sense of they'll really start to just it'll all come at them at one time. Basically, those low vibrations will start attacking her all at one time, and that comes to a point where it may be even suicidal. And those are some things you have to be really careful with. Is that when you are healing people, that they can become suicidal because they're so engulfed in it's surfacing all too much. Yeah. This is a very. That's why I always tell people, when you start to wake up, you got to be so sensitive with yourself because everything is coming at you. You got religion, politics, yourself, your lower self, your higher self, and then you're out here reading all this information and you're doing all these things and you're doing way too much. Yeah. When you just need to simplify it and take your time. Healing does not happen overnight. This journey is not overnight. Like, Shalom wouldn't be telling y'all this if Shalom's not working on it herself. Right. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not out here preaching to the masses because I'm perfect, like some preacher in the pulpit that comes out and does the very same thing that he told you not to do or she told you not to do. Like, collective conscious minds, that's why I love my group, because I can be real with them. Not saying I can't be real with y'all on the radio, but, they've known me longer, so they know my true story. Right. And I can be real with you, and I can be accepting with you, and that is because, it's almost like someone being naked in a room with a whole bunch of lights and everyone is looking at you, in the sense of it's like I'm baring my soul to you, and that is what you are doing to yourself when you're on this journey. You're baring your soul to yourself, and that can be downright tough. Yeah. It can be sad, it can be depressing, it can be scary. To the point where you may even dig yourself in a deeper hole by really she may only be on alcohol, marijuana and cigarettes, but then she may start dabbling in cocaine and things like that, just to dig herself a deeper hole. So, with Sue, I would be like Sue, or not be like, I would say to Sue, sorry y'all, my what do they call it?
Ebonics,
yes. My ebony grammar was coming out. But I would want to see Sue at least once a week.
Oh, okay.
I would want to see Sue at least once a week in order to start to counsel her on shadow work. It would be more so shadow work. We would have to start really small with her.
I agree with your recommendation. I really do. Because what resonated with me was when you were discussing her addictive behavior. And with addictive behavior, that is so true, because when they take on these vices like alcohol and drugs, and they really are creating this world around them. And the reason why she's so negative all the time is because she has all of these materialistic things, and she just can't be happy with them because there's something else going on.
Money does not make you happy.
It doesn't make you happy. It's just a symptom.
Yep. It's just a symptom. So I was, oh my gosh, something was literally on my mind that I wanted to say, and it just completely left me. I'm so mad right now. But oh my God, what was I gonna say? Okay, it doesn't matter. But oh yes. Okay, so when we're looking at somebody with drug abuse, it is very important, and I'm just, as a disclaimer, Shalom is not a doctor, okay? Even though Shalom is a Reiki master, I am only a master in the work of energy and spiritualism.
Right, correct.
Even with Sue, I would definitely recommend that Sue actually see a licensed therapist in order to work alongside. So that's the one thing when you're doing energy work and you're really starting to get into your practice, there comes a time where you want to start to reach out to actual doctors, MD, psychiatrists that can actually help you alongside with that patient. Absolutely. So that there can be a parallel healing happening, because you do have to involve some type of medical doctor, especially with substance abuse. You don't want to leave that all, again, to yourself, because I'm not a medical doctor. Even though I'm certified, I'm not a medical doctor.
Right.
Yes. So I just want to throw that out there.
That was a good disclaimer. I was thinking about when I spoke about my spiritual awakening and how I removed the alcohol from my life, and I began to see all of these ghosts. Mm-hmm. So I went to a psychiatrist because I'm like, what's wrong with me? So he says to me, you can take this pill and you can't see ghosts anymore, or you can go to a spiritual advisor and learn how to deal with the ghosts that you're seeing. Exactly. And come see me once a month and let's have a conversation.
Exactly. And that is true. Yeah. Yeah. There's sometimes it's a twofold. twofold healing.
Tizon, we have time? We're good? We got. Oh, okay. I wanted to make sure before we get started.
All right.
I'm telling you, listeners, Tizzy Productions be on.
Oh, yeah.
it.
Every week it gets more intense.
More intense every week. All right. So our next client that comes into Divine Chakras LLC is Miranda.
Okay.
Miranda is controlling. She overeats, so if she buys Pringles, she's going to eat all of the Pringles, go back to the store, buy some more Pringles.
Oh, okay.
And everything in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
She's really, really tired. She doesn't feel like doing anything. She has horrible anxiety. She doesn't have any confidence. She has poor self-image, so she sounds a little bit like Bob. She's suffering from stomach ulcers, indigestion, diabetes. Of course, her overeating. She's a binge eater, so she has an eating disorder. Her digestive system is just a mess.
Okay, solar plexus.
Yeah, that's what's going on with Miranda.
Well, she's overeating, so it's going to be overactive.
Okay.
Is she okay? So what are her other symptoms?
Sorry. It's okay. She has lack of confidence, poor self-esteem. She can't focus. I left that one out. She can't focus. She's not organized. She's extremely tired all the time. She has huge anxiety issues, and everything is going on with her digestive system, from diabetes, ulcers, you name it.
Okay. So solar plexus is underactive, I would say. Also, her third eye is underactive as well. Throat chakra has to also do with eating as well. So the throat chakra is underactive as well. And then her root as well. Her root is also underactive too. And even the sacral, we got some sacral in there too, because the sacral is all about your image. It's all about image perception, about how you feel about yourself, the way you look, the way you feel on a daily basis. So someone having issues with dietary, normally, it's kind of weird because someone that feels like they look overweight will continue to eat because they're just trying to compensate for the feelings. Most of the times we run to things and we latch onto them and have addictions is because we feel a certain way about ourselves, and all we're trying to do is just comfort ourselves. So like they say, I go through a big breakup and I ate a big bowl of ice cream, like I ate a whole carton of ice cream. Mm-hmm. We know that the whole carton of ice cream is not good for you, but it's just a feeling. I feel so depressed right now that I need something to comfort me. Yeah. That's all the the sacral chakra. But so for Miranda, what we want to start doing is we actually do want to do some type of dietary change for her. Okay. So I would definitely say let's get into the foods on this one. What I would do for her is I would, advise her to cut out the dairy products because dairy is not good for you. Dairy actually builds up the mucus in your body. And we actually aren't supposed to have any mucus at all in our bodies. Really? Yeah, there's actual mucus cleanses that you can get in the store. Yeah,
I feel so lied to because they told me that it's supposed to be like this germ collector. The mucus is supposed to collect the germs. So
there's a certain amount of mucus. Okay, so maybe there's a certain amount of mucus, maybe a little bit, but the amount of mucus that a lot of us carry in our systems is not healthy. We need to get that out of us. So I just wanted to throw that out there. That dairy actually increases the mucus collection within your body. And it makes you very clogged and a lot of people have throat issues and they're
yeah, my mom says it all the time. If you have a cold, don't drink milk, don't drink ice cream.
Well, you're not supposed to drink milk anyway.
I know, that's gross.
Yeah, you're not supposed to. But
not animal's milk.
Not animal's milk. Correct the mundo. I haven't said that in about 25 years. But so Miranda, I would definitely advise Miranda that she, number one, needs to start working on her diet. That would be a really big thing. I would even recommend that she see a dietitian, someone who is an expert in weight loss. And that's one thing about the spiritual healing is that you can't be afraid to involve other people in your practices. You have to do that, right? Because you have to be able to give people actual factual information. And again, I'm not a doctor, right? Okay, so a dietitian would definitely be someone I would bring in. For Miranda, I would definitely say meditation would be something that she could start with. She's in a place where she can do that. But the only thing about her is that I'm concerned with her underactive third eye. And that could possibly involve her getting psychic attacks, because once you start working on releasing yourselves from certain foods, that opens up your aura, and there's certain energies that I know, like when I fast, it makes me more susceptible to psychic attacks. So you have to be really careful when you are fasting and things like that, because you are then, depleting yourself of certain type of foods that are connected to certain energies, right? So I would then recommend her to start working with crystals as well. So incorporating grounding crystals, especially ones that are protection. Labradorite is great. Also tourmaline, black obsidian is also a great one as well. Maybe a little heavy for her at first, but that would be something that she would definitely need in order to ground her, but also to protect her while she's going through her dietary changes, right? Okay. So dietary changes are huge. I mean, I know, some of my clients, it took me a long time to get them to stop doing some of the things that they do. And there may be somebody listening that knows exactly what I'm talking about, but specifically like certain drinks, like drinking sodas and very sugary items and things like that. Foods that are high with sodium, cholesterol, preservatives, bagged foods, things that come in bags and things like that. Those are things that you want to stay away from all the way. Those also bring your vibrations down. They are connected to low vibrations. And just like I was saying, when you start to flush your body of those low vibrations, they're getting mad because they know that they cannot survive in such a high vibrational field, a magnetic field of high vibrations. So they will get mad. You'll start to dream about potato chips attacking you. Like, I mean, I'm just being real. Like, no, I'm not. But no, seriously, like, you may start to have nightmares about food and things like that. Like, and that's just real. Like, the energies are coming after you. And that, I mean, it's real, y'all. Like, I'm not, it may sound crazy, but I'm not lying. It's so real. But I would also recommend for her to do a solar plexus session of Reiki with me, because the solar plexus is such an important and vital energetic point for women. It is the original seat of our soul. It is the gut feeling. I have a gut feeling because it can mess up the way she navigates through life. She can make poor decisions because her intuition isn't operating correctly. It's actually underactive, so she probably doesn't trust herself, which is the feeling that I'm getting is that Miranda doesn't trust the decisions that she makes. So definitely getting that energy spinning first while she's, changing the way she eats and things like that. That'll definitely help her to start to think correctly. We got to get that mind to think, that third eye, connecting to that pineal gland. We got to open that and activate it so that she can start thinking with the correct intuition.
All right, we're going to get Miranda on the go, right? She needs to change her diet. She's good. She's not as bad as she thinks she is, right? So our next client that comes into Divine Chakras LLC is Harpo. Oh. Yeah, Harpo. Harpo just went through a divorce, right? Okay. He loved his wife dearly, and he went through a divorce. Now he's very withdrawn. He doesn't want to do the things that he used to do. He avoids socializing and anything that has to do with social interactions. Okay. He's overly critical of others and himself. So he's really hard on his kids and himself. He's lacking empathy, and he just wants to sit in his man cave and not be bothered with anything. Even though he's overly critical of himself and his kids, he's highly demanding of them too. The kids just cannot do anything right. They have to march to Harpo's beat. It's Harpo's way or the highway. And even though he was the one that cheated on his wife, he tends to tell everyone who will listen that he's the victim. Okay. Yeah, so that's what's going on with Harpo.
We got a lot of overactive energy here. So he's overactive in his sacral, he's overactive in his solar, he's overactive in his heart as well. Underactive in grounding. So the one thing that he needs to do is to take accountability for what has happened in his relationship. right? So most likely he's had some issues in his childhood, where his father mainly was probably someone who did the same thing to his mother. Mm-hmm. So he's probably, I feel like he may be a victim of abuse, where he's watched his father abuse him in some sort of way, or even him as well, if he's very hard on his children, right? So we're looking at also an overactive throat chakra as well, where he's just, yelling and screaming, and, he's taking his issues out on his children, okay? So that's what's happening here. He feels guilty for what has happened, so therefore now the children must suffer. What we need to start doing with Harpo is to do some self-actualization work. So really visualizing what has happened, and he's gonna have to come to the senses of his truth. So now is the time. I like to do what's called a truth tree.
I love a truth tree.
Truth tree, and at the base, we want to look at the foundation. Where he comes from, how he was raised, and all that. And from that, then we can go with the roots, the branches, right? And the branches are basically like who has been affected by his childhood, right? Who has he hurt from his childhood? And this is almost like a self-actualization exercise where he can start to realize this is how you heal yourself. You don't even need to go to a psychiatrist. Like literally, once you see how many branches come out that tree of how many people you've hurt, then you can start to say, you know what? I messed up. You know what I mean? And until you're ready to accept that situation, he's going to continue to be overactive in his chakras, or until someone hurts him so bad that it sits him down and it makes him really sulk in what has happened. I really feel sorry for him, because I don't even feel like angry. I feel really sorry for him, because I really feel like he had a messed up childhood, and he has buried all this in subconscious. I would also do some shadow work with him. After that, then I would recommend doing some Reiki as well. So a full chakra cleanse. I would recommend anyone to do a full chakra cleanse, but I'm also trying to give some alternative exercises as well, because again, right when you put things down on paper, watch it get real. That's when it starts to get real, and you start to see the things that you have done and how they've hurt and affected people. And also your children. I would even involve the children in these exercises as well, and bring the children in and let them speak and on, without any judgment from him, without him saying anything to him. I just want him to listen to what his children are saying and just really put it into the back of his head, okay, this is what is happening. Not only are you affecting the people around you, but you're affecting the people that come from your seed, and that's your children.
Yes. Mm-hmm. He could be blocking their chakras. Because now that's what we call a generational curse. Yes. That is the beginnings of a generational curse, where now you are putting that negative energy on your kids. They're going to harness and take that negative energy, they're going to bury it, and then it's going to manifest into their kids, and so on and so forth. Yeah. So that is an example of a generational curse. Wow. Well, we have time for one more. Okay. And of course, guys, to our listeners, there's going to be a part 2 that's coming up, because chakras is a lot of information, and we didn't even get into my favorite topic, and what I'm learning right now is chakras in your animals. And how to heal your animal. I love animals, so I'm really
Reiki and animals.
Yes, Reiki and animals. And then Gaia. Yes. We have to talk about her chakras.
Yes,
right?
The Earth has chakras.
The Earth has chakras. So we have one more. We're going to get into Tina. Okay. So Tina is very manipulative. And she can tell a good lie. Ooh, Tina got the best stories. And she's very, very arrogant. Okay. Right? Now, even though she's manipulative and she can tell a good lie, she also is full of anxiety. She's afraid of her own shadow. She has very, very low self-esteem, so she puts down others in order to build herself up. And Tina also eats a lot. She has excessive eating. And she feels, right? This is how she feels. She feels like the way that she eats is affecting her yoni. She has horrible yoni issues.
I was literally saying womb healing as you were reading the story.
Cramps. Her cycle just goes on forever. It's the worst experience ever for her when she goes through her cycle. Yeast infections, everything that goes on with the yoni that you can think of. It's just a horrible relationship between her and her yoni. So Tina is sitting down in your chair, Divine Chakras LLC, and she needs your help, Shalom.
Well, I would tell Tina to take this yoni egg and go get your life, honey. So I would definitely involve some Reiki. Now, this is what I would do, because you can actually activate Reiki in someone so that they can heal themselves at home. So this is something that I did that. Yes. So this is something that I would recommend for Tina, because she is going to have to take her power back. Okay. So we're talking solar plexus, sacral energy, again, the lower. So your root, your sacral, your solar. But then you said she's very manipulative, right?
Yes.
So then now we're looking at the throat. We're looking at the third eye and the crown, okay? So the heart, honestly, she's just all underactive at this point, right? So I would definitely activate some Reiki in her in order for her to be able to do a lot of womb healing. In order to start her healing, it's going to start in the womb, okay? So a lot of people aren't really keen to yoni eggs, and I understand that, but I would definitely introduce some yoni eggs to her as well. Yoga for her is going to be essential, especially yogi that has to do with the yoni, okay? So going to someone that specializes in some woman healing. And then also I would start her on like a tea tree suppository regimen. So using tea tree suppositories to help with her yeast infections as well. So we are going to have to include some OBGYN visits. So again, bringing in that actual MD doctor to help to get rid. But I mean, at the same time, like, I'm not all for the synthetic medicines. I'm just gonna be real. But there is like tea tree suppositories that she can use that will help to pull, because tea tree is a natural pulling agent that will literally pull, the yeast infection out of you as well. Cool. And just by doing that, that'll help to start get her energy spinning. That'll build her confidence, and she'll really start to walk to a different beat.
Yes.
With them yoni eggs, honey, they will get you together.
Come through, Tina.
Also, some waist beads. Waist beads are a great way to help with the yoni. Literally just yesterday, my sis came through and she purchased some waist beads from me. And the first thing that she said when she put them on, because I have a mirror in my shop, she was like, girl, I feel so sexy right now.
Oh.
And it just boosted her confidence. So even just that, the power of waist beads, y'all. Like some people say, oh, I wear it for fashion. Oh, I wear it just for looks. I'm like, but that's not what it's for, and we'll definitely have a show all about that as well. But the third eye, definitely, getting her to see her worth, some mirror work, right? So I think that her name is Miranda, right?
No, this is Tina.
Tina, my bad, Tina. I saw like 5 people today, but actually doing some mirror work would definitely help as well. You know what I mean? To really help her to see who she is, as a woman and as a beautiful divine soul. Just speaking positive affirmations to herself every day. So, giving her like my list of affirmations of I feel and I am and I know.
My favorite.
Yes. I think that would really also bring her into understanding of how beautiful that she is in order to create a positive vibration around her.
Wonderful. Well, Tina's good to go.
Tina's good to go, honey. And we good to go, too. I had to wrap that
up. Yes. Well, listeners, that was part 1 of Let's Talk About Chakras. Let's Talk Chakras live right here on the WinDC Radio app and YouTube channel. We are Goddess of the Nile Radio. And we are here each and every Sunday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Like I said, this is part 1. So for part 2, I need for you guys to come back and join us right here on the Nile. We will be out of town next week because we are going to the Metaphysics Masters Convention up there in Brooklyn, New York. So shout out to New York.
Yeah.
Shout out to All Eyes on B. Thank you so much for supporting us. Thank you guys so much for supporting us. A special love and shout out to our Patreon members and followers. Thank you so much. We got to get out of here because WinDC Radio is kicking us out of the studio. We love you all. Get those chakras circulating. Send out that good positive energy into the universe. And remember, you are the creator of your life, of your destiny. It's your girl Azure Neteru Gaia here with
Shalom, Ashe, Gaia.
And we out.
Peace.